Hey guys, it's Angela, and in case you couldn't tell, I'm in a totally different location, but that is because I'm on vacation. I am currently in Florida and was really debating on doing this recap because there just doesn't seem to be enough time. But I decided I'm going to do a really short recap and then do a theory at the end of this. So let's get into this. This is my Pretty Little Liars Season 5, Episode 24 recap for I'm a Good Girl, I Am. And at the very beginning of this episode, we start off with our surprise witness who anybody could have figured out. It is Leslie Stone, and she is there to basically make everybody look bad. She says Mona was sending her letters about how threatened she felt by Allie, which I don't know if it's true. It could be true because Mona knew all what was going on, so I think that portion is true. But then she said Hannah stalked her, and then Mike got physical with her. So she's throwing everybody under the bus. And Andrew is there holding Arya's hand, and I'm just like, go away. Nobody likes you. Why are you here, sir? But Spencer goes out of the courtroom to give Caleb a wrangle and basically tells him how hardcore Mona was thrown under the bus when she sees Toby. And she basically makes Toby feel really awful for not being there for her. But isn't she the one that pushed him away and was like making out with two different dudes? Come on, Spencer. Like, we later find out in this episode that Toby's actually been trying to keep you safe, and you have this really sweet scene between them later on, but Spencer is just really made me angry right there. But what can you do? Okay, so there is a group conference being held between all of the liars. Even though Allie and Hannah are in jail, they're on separate phones and they're, talking to the other girls. And Allie's saying she's never heard of this Leslie Stone. And then I thought, well, what if she knows her, as someone else? But she did see her in court. But she might have been wearing a disguise. It's really easy to dye her hair. I don't know, though. I don't think she does know her because she would recognize some facial features, obviously, if she did. You know what I mean? What do you guys think of that? Like, do you think Leslie and Allie know each other? Maybe they know of each other, and Allie knows Leslie under a different name, but they've never met, if that makes sense. But I don't know. I really don't think they've ever met. But if they do know each other, it's through word of mouth or like friend of a friend kind of situation. And Allie tells the girls about a witness in the park that night that could the night before, no, Thanksgiving when Mona was murdered, that could verify her alibi. And she tells them that she thought it was but the girls go back to the park and they discover that somebody's basically been living in this little tunnel and might have seen Allie. And they realize after some snooping and detective work that it is a girl named Kendra, who Mrs. Montgomery, Ella, who's back in this episode, yay, says that it is a girl that she knows and she got really trashed at a party. She got so high that she didn't feel safe going home. So she basically crashed in the park. And I just find her kind of sketchy, but I'm like, why are they introducing a new character? We do not need this. No, stop. So I'm not sure what her purpose of being brought in was, because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't just bring her in just to bring her in. You know what I mean? Like, she would have to have some part of the storyline, but I don't know anymore. This show is just confusing me. And when they bring in new people and then they don't do anything with them, it makes me mad. Like, seriously, they brought in Leslie and I was like, okay, another new character. Okay, that's really frustrating, but whatever, we'll see where she plays out. And then she wasn't mentioned for like 5 episodes and now she's the surprise witness. It does not sit well with me and I'm sick of it. So do you think this Kendrick girl is going to have more to do with the story? I mean, we only have 1 episode left, and from what it seems, it's already action packed enough. So where is she going to go? What is she going to do? Leave your thoughts about Kendra down below. So Arya's telling Mike that Leslie trashed him in court, and he is wanting to tell the truth. He wants to testify and tell the truth about what happened. But Arya's saying, don't do that. That's not in your best interest. You need to answer yes or no questions, or even, I don't know. You just need to keep things simple. And they get a package in the mail from whoever, assumingly I don't know anymore. And it is a cow tongue, and basically telling Mike to keep quiet or we'll cut out your tongue. Now, didn't Caleb and Paige put a cow brain in Mona's locker? So this could be their work, even though we haven't seen Paige. Supposedly she's gone, but she could be lurking right around the corner. You never know. It could be Caleb. Caleb could be A. That would make me the happiest I've ever been, because I suspect everybody right now except Caleb, and Caleb would just really shock me. I do suspect Caleb as well because I've watched some theories on Caleb being A, but out of everybody on the show, Caleb would be like, you know what I mean? Like, who is y'all's person that would shock you most? I want to know who you guys would just be floored to be A. And then who also would you be disappointed if they were A? I personally would be disappointed if Andrew or any of these little minor characters are A. And like I said, I want Caleb to be A. That would just floor me. I would also be really satisfied if Ezra were A, because that would kind of wrap up his I'm a writer storyline for me. I don't feel satisfied with that storyline one bit, as you all well know. If you've seen any other video that I've made, I feel like he knows stuff and he is not telling people, and there has to be a reason for it. Either he's protecting himself or he's A. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know who you don't want to be A and who would shock you the most. Moving right along. Sorry, this recap is just not my usual. Like I said, on vacation, and I wanted to talk about it. So Toby is being pushed around by Tanner. He's basically her coffee boy, and he's sick of it. He goes to see Spencer in this episode and tells her that he joined the police force to protect the one person he loved. And I was like, oh, Toby, you're so cute. But then he says that he feels like Tanner is pressuring him to choose between Spencer and the job, and he's not going to do that. He's going to go give Tanner his resignation, and they have this cute little Spoby moment, and they kiss, and I'm like, yay, I can forgive Spencer now, even though she should have been the one apologizing, in my opinion. And everybody hating on Toby was really making me mad, because it was like Tanner was breathing down his neck. You guys need to lay off Toby. He's not being a jerk on purpose. He's trying to lead Tanner away from Spencer, but nobody seemed to understand that. I didn't understand why. I thought he was doing things to protect Spencer, but that's just my opinion. All right, so Ezra agrees. Arya goes to see Ezra and basically cries to him and asks him to take Mike away, and he agrees to do so. And he takes him up to this cabin, and this scene made me laugh so hard. Who is waiting in this cabin in the dark like a lurch but Caleb? And he says, I thought if I had the light on, it would freak you guys out. And I'm just laughing so hard because he did freak me out. I jumped a little and then I started to laugh. But he wants Mike to come back and testify at the trial. He is concerned, about getting Hannah out, obviously. And Ezra basically calls him out on it. But they really do need to go back, and Mike sees this, and he is planning on, they tell him to go get the bags out of the car. And while he's gone, he takes Ezra's car in what I'm assuming is an attempt to flee back to Rosewood so he can tell the truth. And the boys kind of realize what's going on, so they chase after him. Well, they pull up to Ezra's car, and it's been shot up with arrows, and they get out because Mike is nowhere in sight. And then they proceed to get shot up with arrows. And I'm laughing hysterically at this point because the boys are just like picking up rocks and throwing them like blindly. It was so funny. I just could not stop laughing. And then Mike is running through the woods and he gets pepper sprayed, beat up, and tied to a tetherball pole. Okay. Right. So a lot of people said that this could be Andrew. I've heard that it could be Andrew who, thought it was Ezra maybe, and that's why, because it was Ezra's car. And that's who pepper sprayed him. But here's the flaw in the Andrew thing. I don't get why, if he thought it was Ezra, he would pepper spray him, and then he sees it's Mike, and then he still proceeds to beat him up and then tie him to the tether ball. That doesn't work for me. I've also heard a theory that this isn't really this is somebody else with their own motive, and I can see that. We were told that there's only one active A at this time, but then Marlene proceeded to say, but that doesn't mean there aren't other people in Rosewood with their own agendas. Of course. So there's going to be another B team yet again. Like you guys know, I'm going back and watching season 3, and it's not progressing very quickly because of the vacation thing. I really wanted to get done up to the current, all the way through season 5 by the finale, but it's not looking like that will happen. But still, I'm going to finish it anyway, even if it's after finale. But I don't know, it was so confusing to me in season 3 because I think there was the B team and then there was A, and I think that's what's going on now because I don't see how one person could possibly be doing all this stuff. Do you guys think a B team is involved? If so, who's on it? Or do you think, this is just an example, okay? You think Caleb is A, and then, Andrew and Toby and Melissa are playing their own separate games? I am curious to know your thoughts on what's going on. Is there just one person or is there another team? Okay. So back in Rosewood, Andrew is being super freaking clingy. It's pissing me off. He's, asking Arya why she didn't ask him to take Mike away. And he's basically being a little pouty baby. And, Arya's like, oh, my parents feel comfortable with Ezra. And Mike's like, oh, so they like him more than me. I just being really weird and shady, and I did not like it. I don't like Andrew. And if he's somehow involved in this whole A business, I'm going to be pissed. He's been a suspect lately. That's just because he's been on so much. But where has this kid been since season 3? Oh, that's right, nowhere. I want somebody to have been there the entire time. So a lot of people out there think it's Ren. And I could see this for all the people that haven't been there frequently. Ren is the one that makes the most sense to me. But still, that would make me mad if Ren were A, because he hasn't been there either. You know what I mean? I want somebody to be able to flaunt it, be like, I'm A. And I would be, wow, you've been right under our nose the entire time. Also, a really quick thing, a lot of people are saying, oh, we need to go back to the pilot and see who was all in the pilot to figure out who could be A. Guys, this is what Marlene said about Mona. Mona was in the pilot. Mona was original A. Okay? She did not get the idea for Uber A until season 2. So she didn't even know who was going to be Uber A. So yeah, Uber A might have been in the pilot, but that wasn't planned. And the comment she made was about Mona. Let's clear the air, guys. You can Google it if you don't believe me. You can ask anybody. It was about Mona. So Uber A could have come in to season 3 because that is when we were told we could start piecing everything together, which was when Mona lost the game, supposedly, and the new A picked up. So Allie and Hannah are having to resort to violent behavior just to talk to each other in the jail cell. Allie burns her hand on the iron, and then she slams Hannah's hand in the dryer door, and they've been working on the Mona's anagram clues, the chandelier's rituals, sister launched lair, and a ruler's list chained. And the lawyer sees it and takes up the paper, and she looks super pissed off. But the thing I noticed was there was a lot of there was the 3 sentences, and then there was a whole bunch of writing beside it. So they're obviously trying to figure out what is on this paper. But I didn't pause it, and I didn't go back and pull up the episode and then look at it before I'm making this video. But if you guys paused it and you saw anything on that paper, I'm sure there's a screenshot running around somewhere. But let me know what you saw, because I need to go back and look and see if they're making any progress on this or not. And then at the very end, as we all know, the liars are arrested. Dun, dun, dun. So the only reason I can think they would be arrested would be because somebody found the evidence at Boo Boo's ice cream factory with all their prints on the door, and so that kind of tied everything together. That is the only reason why I could see them being arrested, because they don't do fingerprints if they're just holding someone in it, and they could be being held. They could have been being held just for questioning, but then they fingerprinted them. So that's the only reason I can think they would be arrested. Tanner made a comment earlier that, that the girls, when she was talking to Ezra and Caleb, that the girls sided with the wrong person. And so, Allie obviously brought them down, but how? Was it all this evidence? Do they think she helped kill Mona? I mean, it's really hard to prove murder when you don't have a body. I mean, it's really difficult. And how a jury came back this fast, I will never know. I mean, that was just such a quick verdict. And at the very end, we get an A scene where A is pushing the department, the correctional bus past like a castle, and there's a little blonde doll in the window, and he takes one of the dolls off the bus, or she. They take one of the dolls off the bus and put it in the castle, and then they pick up a bouquet of red roses and hold it up against a tuxedo for prom or, whatever, wedding, party, I don't know. But from the spoilers that were leaked online, I'm going to say prom. And I'm pretty sure everybody now thinks that these are true. Let me know, do you still doubt these spoilers? I mean, we did see the arrow scene come true this past week, and we see that they're going to be locked somewhere next week. So, yeah, I'm very curious to see how this finale will play out. I'm really excited about it, but I have to be quiet when I'm filming this video because people are trying to sleep, and it's really awkward and dark. I'm sorry, it's so dark. So anyway, next week, my videos will be back to normal, and I will do a better job of recapping and theories. But now I really want to get on to one theory that I've had. So like I said, I've been watching season 3, and I recently watched the Halloween Train episode. So let's talk about that. It's called This is a Dark Ride, and it is 313, I believe. Now, we know that Wilden was on the Halloween Train because of the video. And Mona says that the person Wilden was talking to was Melissa, but we do not see it. Melissa's the second Queen of Hearts, but we never see who else was on that train because the video mysteriously cuts out or whatever. It gets deleted. I don't know. Okay, so here's what's going on. I saw a silhouette of a black hoodie, and then obviously there were 2 Queen of Hearts, as Mona told us. And then there was the Phantom of the Opera. Now, if you guys remember, that was the one groping all over Hannah, and she thought it was Caleb, but then she saw Caleb taking a drink at the bar. So, 4 people on that team that night, okay? And I think might be where the B team came into effect. I do think A was on the Halloween train, but I'm not sure if they played a role. I think A was the one giving the orders that evening. Now, who do I think was on the Halloween train? Mona, because she had the mask at the end of the episode by her bed. And she was Black Hoodie. Okay? Then we have Lucas and Wilden. And possibly Uber A. And they were all working together. I don't know. I don't know who the 4th would be. It might be Melissa. We never know. Mona might have been telling the truth, but I don't see why she would. But when they're pushing Arya over, or they're trying to, I heard Mona's voice, urging someone to push. It is a male voice, and it sounds high-pitched like Lucas. And he's saying, no, I can't do it, and then storms off because she says, get back here. And then we hear another male voice grunting, and this voice is much deeper than the first. So this could be Wilden. This could be where Wilden comes into play. And they try and push Arya over, and Arya stabs the man because we hear the man grunt, and it is Wilden. A lot of people said it was Jason because he had a wound that was similar to it, but I don't see them making it that easy unless they are, and I'm just overanalyzing it. So then we get to the next episode where Toby tries to run over Lucas with the car. Toby couldn't really be active in the Halloween train because he was with Caleb looking for Arya. But because Lucas disobeyed an order from Mona, who was under orders from Uber A, because if we remember, she was telling Toby plans have changed. So she was obviously getting her orders from someone else. And I think that when Toby tried to hit Lucas with the car, it's because Lucas chickened out and couldn't do it. And they were trying to seek retribution for going against the team. But I don't know. That's just my quick little theory that I wanted to share with you guys. I still need to make my Who is Uber A video, and I hope to have lots and lots of evidence because I like looking for details and clues. So I'm so sorry for the major difference in this video this week, and I still hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think down in the comments below. What did you think of the episode? Who do you think Uber A is, and who would you be excited or shocked by the most, and who would disappoint you the most? Are you guys excited about the finale? Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and most importantly, comment down below. I love talking to all you guys. If I don't respond, it's because your comments are off and I can't respond to you, or you're not letting me comment back. So just check, make sure you have those on, or I do overlook a few every now and then, and I'm sorry. I try to get to everybody. I really do. So that is it for this video, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys next video back where I can talk louder and theorize more, and hopefully we will have so much more evidence to go on after season 5, episode 25, Welcome to the Dollhouse. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.